important or valuable, but also it makes me feel like I have to make this social venture serving women who opted out of the workforce to be successful. So I will earn this award by making that happen and help women overcome the struggles that they face and the biases. Even though they're well educated and have a profession, they can go back and add value and not be sidelined forever. Thanks. Thank you, Jayla. I appreciate that. Can't see I haven't seen that way. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Noah Leary. So, as I sit here and listen to the achievements of those who are being recognized tonight, first and foremost, congratulations to all of you. It's a great achievement, and I know the idea that you can do something in your past, you could be doing something now, and have received this recognition is very, very important to not only you, but the community. And I can't help but tilt my head to the side and stare off into the distance when I hear these things that everyone has done. And it's times like this where I think you hear the accomplishments of others and then reflect upon your own life with a more skeptical eye and criticizing tongue. And I think you also think, why didn't you take the same initiatives? Why didn't you accomplish such amazing feats? And I think the answer lies in what Mr. Sneidman chose not to do in his life. Joshua Sneidman grew up in Canton, traveling through the ranks of 12 years at Canton schools, where he learned what he describes as his belief in the importance of community. Through the positive experiences and lasting memories he made in these very halls, Josh's interest in the sciences grew. It was Miss Grace's class that he says sparked his interest in the sciences, leading him to pursue a degree in geology and environmental science. Mr. Sneidman holds a Master of Arts degree with a concentration in educational leadership from Framingham State University and a Bachelor's of Arts in Geology and Environmental Science with a minor in Spanish from James Madison University. Prior to beginning his career as an educator, Mr. Sneidman worked as a hydrogeologist, mapping and remediating groundwater contamination along the east coast of the United States. He also says that it was Mr. Wasowski's Spanish class that instilled a love of foreign language into him and teaching, leading him to teach for over 10 years in middle school science in Massachusetts, California, Trinidad, Tobago, and Costa Rica, where he followed the core beliefs he learned through Canton schools. In addition, in Costa Rica, Mr. Sneidman created the Intercollegiate Environmental Congress. Continuing his love for science and teaching, Mr. Sneidman has written 2 books on climate change and renewable energy. As a result of this hard work in writing and teaching and efforts to better the environment in the communities he has lived through in his life, Mr. Sneidman has been a recipient of many awards throughout his career. He is an Albert Einstein Distinguished Educator Fellow. He's won the Rock Star Award for his work at the Department of Energy and received an Appreciation Award for his 2 years of excellent service to the U.S. Department of Energy. He is also a member of the White House Council of Women and Girls and coordinated many panel discussions at the White House. In addition, he has also became the President's Science Advisor. I could stand in front of you all for the entire night listing Mr. Sneidman's achievements if I wanted to. He has devoted his life to bettering the environment and his community at a personal, local, state, and national level. He's an example of what each and every person should strive to achieve in their lifetime. Mr. Sneidman chose not to let the skeptical eye and the criticizing tongue hold him back. Instead, at age 27, he wrote down his goals for the next 10 years and achieved them all. Some personal, some academic, and some for the community. But what Mr. Sneidman did not do is hold himself back. He allowed himself to follow his passions and use the skills he learned here at Canton schools through his journeys around the world. I think we can all learn from Mr. Sneidman, and sitting here and recognizing all of his accomplishments, I think we should all walk away with a mentality that we can do it. We should be amazed at what Mr. Sneidman has been able to accomplish and will continue to accomplish, and we should allow him to inspire ourselves, because that is the type of person he truly is. With that said, it gives me great pride and pleasure to induct Joshua Sneidman into the Canton High School Wall of Fame.
Please bear with me for a moment as I set this up. Mr. Sneidman couldn't be here with us today. He was a last-minute cancellation as the President's Science Advisor. He had a last-minute trip to Arkansas to work with the Arkansas Governor's Council on Science, and he was there this evening. But he was kind enough to send along some words. So just give me a moment to set that up, please.
Go ahead and hit lights a little bit.
Please.
I
we'll see if my technology skills will work.
These kids are.
Mr. Steinman also sent some written remarks, so I know when to move on. Okay, so, dear CHS family and friends, it is truly an incredible and humbling honor to be inducted into the Canton High School Wall of Fame. I wish to thank you for this honor. More importantly, take this unique opportunity to thank the staff of the Canton Public Schools for providing me with a solid foundation of skills and the attitude for success in life. Growing up in Canton, Connecticut ingrained in me a belief in the importance of community, the understanding that through hard work and a positive attitude, one can accomplish their goals and a passion for helping others. To all who remember me, I can best be described as a royal pain in the. Yet, for 12 years, I never once felt my teachers did anything but give me their best effort and accept me for who I was. I truly look forward to school every day. 12 straight years of positive daily experiences had a profound impact. In me, it stimulated the desire to one day be an educator myself. Now, in my 15th year as a science educator, my time in the Canton Public Schools clearly set the mold from which I teach. In particular, I strive every day to respect my students for who they are, as I help them find joy in learning. The same joy I experience daily in Miss Grace's middle school science class, where a spark would light a flame in me that burns to this day. My love of science would be further nurtured by Mr. Messier. I would go on to get a degree in geology and environmental science, or how in Mr. Wazowski's Spanish class, I fell in love with a foreign language so much that I would travel to with friends and classmates to Spain and Mexico before graduating high school, and then go on to live and work in Spain, Mexico, and Costa Rica. To all of my teachers, thank you. Thank you for sparking my interest in community, instilling in me a love of country, and creating in me a curiosity for the world at large. You all helped me find my own passions, which I pursue to this day. I am certain beyond a doubt that the well-rounded education provided by a loving and caring staff, coupled with an incredibly caring community, made me who I am. Growing up in Canton, Connecticut is one of the luckiest things that has ever happened to me. And now, to be included on this wall with so many other CHS graduates brings me great joy. More so, however, this recognition motivates me to keep working hard every day to positively impact my community in the very same way that so many of you, for so many years, had a daily positive impact on me and so many others. If I can offer a word of advice to the young students in attendance, it would be, you are never too young to set goals. My life truly changed course when I was 27 and wrote down on paper my 10-year goals. Upon doing this, I immediately had a direction in which to set my sails. I can report that within 5 years, I had accomplished almost everything on my list. I had raced sailboats in the Caribbean, worked in a Central American country where I began an environmental education nonprofit to help fund schools and communities, start green projects. I wrote 2 books to help educate young students on climate change and renewable energy, achieved an advanced degree which propelled my career, allowing me the opportunity to attend many educational meetings at the White House. I married the love of my life and started a family. However, I still have not learned how to draw. Therefore, my homework for all in attendance is to go home and write down your 5 or 10-year plan. Then, take the first step in achieving your goals as you help strengthen your community and help others. Sincerely, Joshua Snyder. So in closing, I want to thank everyone for their attendance this evening. And in listening to all of our inductees and having listened to our inductees the last few years, I'm struck by how much they remember their days in Canton. And as someone who's been here for a few years, I genuinely appreciate what a community it really is. This is a great time for Canton High School right now. We have a series of alumni weekend events. We had our field hockey game last night. We have this great event this evening. We have a football game tonight. We have soccer tomorrow. We had our pep rally today. And with all that going on, it really strengthens our sense of community. And that's what makes Canton such a great place. You know, as someone who's been here, this is my 4th year,
We are truly lucky that this is where our children are being educated, and we thank you for sending them to us, and we thank you all for your accomplishments and the work you've done for the Canton Public Schools. In closing, the most important piece that I would also add to it is this event is a yearly occurrence, and really my challenge to you, aside Josh's of having you go home and write down your goals, is to consider nominating someone else. We look every year, our committee meets to try and nominate other members of the Canton community who have made great accomplishments that have helped out our school or in the community at large. So I would encourage you to do that, in the winter and in the spring. If you find worthy candidates or people you think are deserving of this honor, I would encourage you to do that. I want to again thank you all for your attendance this evening, and one more round of applause for all of our inductees. You're welcome to stay.